Limpopo Premier Stanley Mathabatha says Chabane Municipality Mayor Moses Maluleke will go down in history as one of the champions of development and service delivery. Maluleke was shot dead at his home in Sase-lamani village outside Malamulele last night. His 18-year-old son was wounded in the attack. He's been taken to hospital for treatment. Let's talk about this situation with the spokesperson for the Limpopo Premier, Willie Mosoma. Willie, a very good afternoon to you. Welcome to the program and thank you for speaking to us under these tragic circumstances. And just on the reflections by the Premier, let's pick up on that point and talk about who the mayor was and the role that he played, especially in local government.
Good afternoon and good afternoon to all your viewers. Thank you very much for hosting us. Without Kaspedi, we are saying when it is like this, meaning that there are no thanks that can be passed. Indeed, the spear has fallen here in Limpopo. We are talking to you now close to the family at Sase-lamani, where we are expecting the Premier to be visiting the family, accompanied by all the members of his Executive Council, included there being the Provincial Police Commissioner, Lieutenant General Metembi Khadebe. We are here because, hence I've spoken, the spear has fallen, the dark cloud has descended into the province of Limpopo. A man who's affectionately known as the Big Mouse is no more. This is a man who, in brief, we can say, crafted his way into life during the early 90s when he joined all the structures of mass democratic movement. We are talking here about Big Mouse, a leader of the people who has since been the deputy principal of the local school here, the secondary school, who has been elected the deputy chairperson of the ruling African National Congress in the Vempe district, who has led COSATU, who has led Sanko during those days, who has been within the Youth League, who was a clear champion of service delivery and development because immediately was sworn in 2018 as the mayor of Chabane. We are talking about a man who ensured that development around his area, particularly focused on basic service delivery, that is water, sanitation, education, health, jobs, skills in terms of youth empowerment is adhered to. So there are no more words. There are no many words that can be used to describe Councillor Moses Maluleke, because this is a man who has been multifaceted, a family man, a humble father, a brother to members of his community, and also a person who has just been there as a community developer.
So just on what happened last night, reports today said that armed men basically attacked the mayor and his son, made certain demands to them. This is an alleged and apparent robbery as things stand. And then when they were unsuccessful, they then killed Mayor Maluleke and wounded his son. What more have you been told about what happened?
Just before we could speak, I was fortunate to engage the police commissioner, Lieutenant General Metembi Khadebe, who's with us here, awaiting the arrival of the Premier. The latest that we can confirm is that exactly this is what the son, who's 18 years, who's now still hospitalized, have said is what happened. Because we'll understand that it was at his home, the house where they were seated, and then the three armed men allegedly approached them. What they could only demand was money, and like you have correctly putting it, when they just realized that there was no money they could get away with, they shot the mayor, Councillor Maluleke, and even shot and injured the son. And then the police are still continuing with their investigation, with the Premier having issued specific instructions that are coming on top of what the Police National Commissioner, General Willie Mosoma, has said, that a multi-team needed to be established. We are very pleased on behalf of the Premier that the team is on the ground tracking those assassins, and the Premier is very much confident that with the record that has been shown in Limpopo province, he is very much certain that these culprits will be arrested, they will be brought to justice, and the justice will take its course.
I'm not sure how much you'll be able to answer this next question, but is this sort of crime one that would have been highly unusual for that area in Limpopo?
Indeed, we need to confirm that this is just something that has shocked everybody. That is why the Premier coming very much strong to say he did not expect this to happen in Limpopo. Remember, when we praise ourselves in Limpopo, we are saying that the province of peace, and following what has been the developments politically, there has been a very successful provincial conference of the African National Congress last month, and then there have not been any incidents of violence, and before that there were regional conferences and there haven't been any violence, and what we have known before this incident was only the area of Waterberg, that is the district that is at the south of Polokwane, which is there where some years ago we have been experiencing some political killings and political violence, but not to say that this one we can categorize it as political, but we are saying killings normally of councillors and all those who have been close to power have been witnessed in Waterberg, and there again police have been able to be very successful in apprehending those who are alleged or who are suspected to be behind that. Then in Bembe district, you'll remember before this year we had some sporadic, which were not very serious incidences during the era of the investment of VBS mutual bank monies, where some couple, not so many people, unfortunately one life is one too many, were murdered, and with a suspicion that they have had links with the VBS investment in the province. But this has since stopped and there was peace, quietness, hence today.
I think we've lost Willie Mosoma, the spokesperson for the Limpopo Premier Stanley Mathabatha, but he was able to talk us through much of what we know now about the Mayor Maluleke, who was shot yesterday around Malamulele. I beg your pardon, that was late last night when we're hearing, as Willie was just telling us, armed men entered the property, demanded the belongings, in fact cash, from the mayor, his son, and I think someone else, according to Willie, may have been in the room at the time. And when that did not work, they then opened fire and killed the mayor, Moses Maluleke, the son currently recovering in hospital, an 18-year-old.